Okay, this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant in the month of May, for May 2020, of course. And these are wonderful, wonderful cards. Wow. So for the first week here, and also know that, during this week here we have May Day and Cinco de Mayo. And even though, most of us will be in some type of a lockdown situation, I still see this as looking to be a very creative way to plant the seeds for the future and to honor what it is that you really want to experience and honor all that's sacred. And knowing that we have everything we need in order to connect with other people, we just have to figure it out in a different way. Like, nowadays it's going to be online sometimes, especially just for the time being. But for you, Taurus, I mean, you're already just so grounded in nature and so connected to all that really matters. I mean, not that any of the other signs are not, but all the earth signs have a tendency to feel very fulfilled in nature and sourced in nature. So you can, just have fun in the backyard with your family, or fun with flowers in the house, or any other creative project that's going on within you. This week is definitely about planting seeds and knowing that that as long as it honors all that is sacred, that you can create just about anything that you want. With coupled, the Ace of Pentacles, is about putting something down in place that will nurture, coupled with the Queen of Cups, that will nurture the future and nurture your family. I mean, it's just, the Queen of Cups is all about nurturing children, family, creative projects. It's also a very psychic card, psychic and intuitive card, an empathetic card. So you may find that you're more grounded in your body this week and more open and intuitive and empathic this week. And not that you wouldn't be any other week, but it definitely opens up. And notice how she repeats over here as well. And I'm using 4 different decks so that we, have more opportunity for accuracy here, rather than trying to bring 8 cards into, out of just one deck. So for this first week here, though, definitely go for anything and everything that you would love to have. I mean, that may literally play out in planting a garden, or even if it's just some type of a vertical garden, vertical hydroponic situation. If you have the space and you feel the gumption, if you've got the gumption to get that going, go for it, because these 2 cards here together are just the epitome of planting something in place that will live on. And so whether it's a garden, whether it is something, I mean, definitely with the Pentacles, we're in the realm of everything that has to do with the physical, earth experience, but it can also be new forms of making money. This could be something that you do that's working from an intuitive level, and you finally get it going this week. Or you get the ideas to get it going this week. But listening to your intuition will be the key to get that, especially because, you're repeated over here towards the end of the month. But on a spiritual level, it's knowing that you can create just about anything that you can conceive of in your mind, but it does involve the other principle along with that to actually, bring it down onto earthly form, is that you definitely have to feel, visualize and feel exactly what it is that you want, and be very specific. It has to do with being specific. But it has to do also with opening up to something even greater than you can imagine. You know, I mean, let the universe, let all the creative forces in the universe be your default. Like, don't limit yourself. Say what you want, write down what you want, visualize what you want, create a board, a visual board, a map, create anything that you want in order to bring it down, and also do all the physical work to get it into form. But all the while that you're doing that, open it up to your greater spirit, the greater consciousness in the universe, the universal life force, whatever you want to call it, the forces of love. Open it up to it being even bigger than you can imagine, because it very well may be. That's often the case. And then moving into the second week, we have Mother's Day in this week here. So being that we have the King of Pentacles, it may be an opportunity to work with the divine masculine in your life to try and create an experience to honor your mother for Mother's Day, or to allow yourself to be honored the way that if you're a mother yourself. But a lot of people have pets for kids, so I would say we're all mothers and we're all fathers. We all have that nurturing instinct within us. And it's especially apparent this month again, because we have the Queen of Cups twice. And the Lover's card, my goodness. So, with the King of Pentacles coupled with the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands has to do with taking a stand for what matters to you. It's about finding, so it has anything and everything to do with healthy boundaries, but coming from a place where you don't really have to. Well, if you do have to fight for it, then you fight for it. You do what you got to do, right? But just be careful not to hurt other people's feelings, but also be very firm. Both of these cards relate to firmness. There's no wishy-washy kind of, oh well, maybe, oh okay, I'll get to it later. I'll do what I really want later. I'll take care of you first. I mean, I'm the queen of that, so I've learned the hard way. You really, really have to take a stand for what matters to you. Prioritize yourself as being the key person that can give birth to what it is that you actually want. And then to take the physical steps. The King of Pentacles is very, very related, or very, very much related to, the actual physical steps and the day-to-day organizing. I mean, just because he's a king doesn't mean he didn't do a lot of grunt work to get there, right? And this doesn't have to be male. This can be definitely female as well. But it has to do with honoring your aspirations, honoring what inspires you to be on this earth. Like, how do you really want to organize your life so that you can love being on the earth, so that you can love being human? And just honor that. It's deep, it's there in your core. You've got it. You already have it. It's just getting in touch with that. Make sure you're really getting in touch with your inner essence that knows what it is that you want and what's right for you. And we are all on our own unique path, and it's only our inner essence and our inner spirit, our inner being that can tell us what's right for us. So these two cards together are very, very strong for getting in touch with what it is that you really want. And I know we're going through difficult times right now. I know that it might feel challenging, but the Taurus side of us, we all have Taurus and Libra are both ruled by Venus, and we all have Venus somewhere in our chart, and we all have the emanation of the unitive consciousness, which Venus is all about. We all have that within us. So, but Taurians are more, I think it's easier for them to adapt. I think you guys are more adaptable when it comes to slowing down and just being and just letting go. Now, if you're having trouble with that, this card could also indicate that meditation is necessary. lots of letting go, deep breathing, like breathe in through your mouth and then exhale out through your mouth and drop deep down into your body. The Taurus energy is all about embodiment. And especially here with the Pentacles, this energy together, these three cards here together are just beautiful for embodying your spirit and working from the inside out and dropping down deep into your body and knowing that that is the Holy Grail. That's the temple of everything. Is already there in your body. And to honor that, to honor all aspects of what your body needs, whether it's more sleep nowadays, whether it's more alone time, but anything and everything to keep you connected inside on the inner levels will help you create what it is that you want to experience in life on the outer levels. So that's really, really wonderful. And then moving into the third week, again, here we're being asked to, what is it we really want? It's like that divine spark in the mind that realizes, oh, wait, you know what? I want to experience something else. And it may be in the realms of the heart. It may be that you decide that you really want to open up your heart to love in a new way. It may be that you realize that you're the one that has to make the choices, that only you can open your heart. Only you can make the choice that, because we're in the law of free will. If you don't want to open, you're not going to open. It's all our choice. So, but the Lover's card can also be about, it's always about choices, first of all. Second of all, it can be about love, and it can also be about partnerships. It can be about contracts, agreements, that we make. I notice, we have the circular energy here. And it's kind of here in the heart, in the head, but the challenge is can you bring that into your heart and then feel, is that the direction I want to go? And especially because we have the Three of Wands moving into the, throughout the end of the month. So, if you just look at the visual here, the direction of like, okay, through the heart, I can bring it in through my mind. I can imagine what I want. And we can all do that throughout the day. But essentially, we need to drop it down into the heart. And, does it gel with your heart? Is it an expanding experience when you drop that idea inside of you? Can you find your yes if you open up to what it is? You have the idea, you have the inclination, you have the awareness that you want something more. And then if you go there in relationship with someone else, because this is all about relationship, it's not just, this is an idea, this is a wanting and a longing. But this is an actual other person or other entity that you're going to enter partnership with. So when you go there in your heart, do you expand or do you contract? And if you contract, if your heart goes into a contraction, your core goes into attraction, into contraction, if the energy stops and you feel tight, or you don't feel like you can breathe completely, you don't feel like you can open completely, then the question becomes why. And then you work with that. So maybe it's not the right person, or just maybe it's not the right time, or maybe there's a wall around your heart that you have to work on. Maybe you're just not totally ready. Maybe the opportunity to love comes in, but you're not totally open yet, and you have to work with that. So again, free will, it's I can't say just these two cards here mean free will. This card definitely, the Lovers, is absolutely about choice, but I would say free will is an overlay that runs throughout human experience, and I wouldn't assign that to just any one card, I don't think. At least I haven't gotten that yet. Okay, and then our last week here of the month, for the month of May, is, of course, the Queen of Cups again and the Three of Wands. And we do have Memorial Day weekend here, so there may be the wishing we could get out more, and maybe you can. It's, even if we're still are in some type of a lockdown, that doesn't mean that you can't get in your car with your family and or even if it's just yourself and go for a drive. You know, I mean, it's one of those things we can always do if we need to, right? If you need it for your sanity. But these two cards together, I would say, just again, there's more of that. You know, I mean, we're kind of in with the cups and the wands energy. The elements are a little steamy, so it can be nurturing yourself through, you know, warm baths and floating in water, hot tubs. If you're lucky enough, if you're fortunate enough, if you've created a hot tub, if you have a hot tub, now you may have some wonderful hot tub time, contemplating, you know, what it is that you really want to experience moving forward. And it may very well be that because you did get those, you know, those forces in motion in the beginning of the month, that you did do it and you did put it out there and you did go for it, and now you're kind of waiting for the perfect wave. For sure, the Three of Wands is about waiting. You don't have it yet. The Four of Wands would be, you know, more you definitely have it. But the Three of Wands relates to, you know, traditionally it's like there's ships out there and you're waiting for your ship to come in. If you were, you know, someone who did some overseas, you know, commodities or trading or whatever. But in this, you know, she's surfing and she's waiting for the perfect wave before she jumps out there. Now, of course, you would already, if you were surfing, you'd already be in the water. But because we're in the realm of the wands, you know, I think that the reason the artwork is this way is just to show you that you can go for whatever you want. I mean, the visual has her pointing towards what she really wants. And all of the forces of the universe to support her, him, of course, this isn't gender specific, but it's the realm of honoring what you really, really love, honoring what it is that you want to bring in, and then having the courage to go for it. You know, whether she's in the water or not, she or he, you're going for it. Whether you're in the ocean or not, you're going for it. And you've already put it out there to some degree. And just be patient. Just, you know, let your hands go. Let go. You know, there's a spiritual law around you having to let go of what you want to have, to not have any forcing current around any type of forcing current of I've got to have it. Any demand on the universe automatically puts you in that realm of not having it. So you're just constantly, you could be stuck in the wanting, you know, I really want. So trust. Be more trusting of the universe. This card is all about trusting that you will have what you want in the perfect time. And sometimes when we don't get it right away, we're being protected too, to know that it's going to be better when it finally does come. And we just have to be patient. So, yeah, okay. I think that's all I have to say about that. I just, again, I really, really love the cards for this month. Really love this. And so, anyway, please subscribe and like. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And I love comments. I love questions. Any connecting with you is wonderful. So I appreciate that. And with that, just take care, take really good care, and I'll see you next month.